So, this is different, but over here. No. Yeah. What's her surname? So everyone's there. Hi Pam. Hi Ankit. So we've got a lot of people coming in. Hi Manisha. Ajit. So we've got a lot of people. Yep. Yes, and Bianca sent us. Oh. So just waiting for Bianca.
Hi,
Hi Bianca, how are you?
I'm doing well. How are you?
Good, good. Yeah. Good morning. Hope you slept well.
I tried. I was so nervous because it's so early that I wouldn't wake up that I didn't sleep much.
But are you like a night person or a morning person?
um, I'm I stay up late normally and I'm not a morning person, but also I I do get a lot of sleep though, but I do stay up kind of late. So I usually start my morning around like 10 a.m.
Oh
And
wow.
in the salon,
Okay.
I'm the early one. I'm the early one. Most of my salon coworkers, they usually start at 11 a.m.
Okay. So what time do you finish off then? So if you start off so late, so what time do you kind of then wind up by in the evening?
I'm usually home from work around 8 or so, 8 p.m. And then I
Okay.
don't go to bed until like midnight or 1. So I stay up
Oh.
pretty late.
So anyway, Bianca, welcome. Yeah,
Thank
welcome on this show today. And of course, let me just introduce you. A lot of people know you, and a lot of us got the opportunity to come and train with you when we were in LA
I
a year and a
know.
half back. So so I mean, and it was nice to kind of interact with you at that point. So for all of you guys, I mean, that's Bianca, and she is the global brand ambassador for Olaplex, and she's a renowned colorist and a superb hairstylist. You know. So first of all, Bianca, what's been keeping you busy? I mean, what's the whole lockdown story back there in LA, and what's been happening over there with your guys? You
Yeah,
know,
so everything is obviously different. It's super weird. Times have changed, right? We
totally.
have to wear, all of us have to wear masks in public. A lot of people wear like, latex gloves or something. I'm just starting to notice as of literally this week, more people are starting to come out and kind of group and socialize a little bit more out in public. Um, and not everybody seems so afraid anymore. Before, like people would like run across the street if you're walking on the side of the street. So now it's starting to traffic's picking up a little bit more again. And so we just got announced actually that the salons are opening, I think this next week. So I'll talk to the salon owner, we'll figure it out and stuff. So I'm excited for that. But since we haven't been able to work and not even do like house calls and stuff, I've been really staying busy with doing lots of online things like what we're doing here, lots of social media. I've done lots of interviews. I've done a bunch of Zoom chats for Olaplex, explaining to like Violet Gray and Sephora and things like that, how to use it and how to sell it, things like that. And I've been doing lots of keeping in touch with my clients and making sure that their grays are taken care of and FaceTiming them while they need to do their hair and stuff. So I've been really connecting with clients because that's the way to kind of stay in touch right now since we can't
True.
hang out. How about you? What have you been doing all this time?
Uh, For me, it's been a lot of reading, a lot of writing. I've been doing some online courses.
Mm-hmm.
And at the same time, yeah, I've been doing a lot of these Zoom interviews and Zoom calls. And about a month back, I've sat and interviewed all my industry colleagues, basically. So we went through this whole personal journey and kind of get to know the hairdressers a little bit more. And
Cute.
yeah, so been kind of keeping myself busy with that. I've got two grown-up kids. My daughter's going to turn 18 now, and my son's like
Oh
16.
my gosh.
So, yeah, so they've been big. So, we've been kind of sitting and interacting and doing some stuff, you know. So, yeah, so that's pretty much been our scene. And of course, for us now, we're getting into lockdown once again, for another 15 days. So, yeah, one
Yeah.
five. So another 15 days that we're going to be going in for. So that's what's been happening right now. And yeah, so I mean, you'll get lucky. So have you kind of got any directives of how you are going to be opening up your salons? I mean, what are the protocols you are going to be following? I mean, what's that plan of action right now? Are clients still apprehensive of coming in? Your stylist coming into work. So what's that story about?
So, I mean, we don't really know because we've never ever done this before in our whole life. So, what we do know is that things are going to be different. We know we for sure are going to have to wear the mask.
True.
I know that some salons are going as far as putting up like a window shield kind of,
Yeah.
but I just don't know how that's even gonna. How are you gonna do hair through a window? I don't know. So I've been hearing that. For my salon, I know that they're not totally sure. We're gonna have a meeting actually this weekend and kind of figure things out. We know that normally I was, and some other stylists and colorists, like I was Wednesday through Saturday. So I was working a
Yeah.
4 day week, but since we're not going to be able to have a full day of clients, meaning normally I see 10 to 15 clients, I see you right now, I see her in 15 minutes and then her in an hour, and you guys are all here at the same time. We're not going to be able to do that. So
Yeah.
things are going to be very, very different. I have two assistants. I don't know if I'm going to be able or even going to need to have both of them. So that'll be different. I'll be having someone doing social media from home and then switching them. So that's going to be different. And as far as what the salon does, so like I said, we're not going to be able to see as many clients. So I don't know how they're doing it where you guys are, and I don't exactly know. Like I said, we're going to have a phone call, but
Yeah.
I think instead of having everybody here, Tuesday through Saturday, you're going to have Wednesdays and Thursdays. I'm going to have Friday, Saturday, and then someone's going to
Yeah.
be, Sunday, Monday. But we're going to have to also spread the hours because we're
True.
not going to see people back to back. So they're thinking of opening possibly from like 8 a.m. to 10 p.m. or something. So it's going to be really crazy. I don't know. I've been hearing a lot of people are not wanting to go back to salons and wanting to just do house calls and stuff. So I think it's really a weird pivoting moment in a lot of people's careers.
True.
How have you
True.
guys been doing it? Did you guys
No,
open?
so
You guys opened up, but did salons
we
open or not yet?
no, salons haven't opened up, but in a few states, salons have opened up.
Okay.
But I mean, it's the same protocol right now. So we are kind of going to have longer working hours. We're going to
Yeah.
be having people working on different shifts and different days. So you're not going to have the entire team coming in at the same day. And again,
Yeah.
the appointments are going to be staggered. I mean, it's exactly the same thing that you all guys are doing, but people have been contemplating home service as well. But right now, I mean, we are still discouraging it. But what about y'all guys? Are y'all discouraging home service right now, or is there kind of hold on it, or what's that scene? What's your home
So
service scene right now?
So the government and like the people have been looking a little bit down upon it because of safety regulations and all that kind of
True.
stuff. But I know once the COVID test was free for everybody, a lot of
Yeah.
people started taking it and are negative or have the antibody or whatever. So I've noticed that a lot of people have started doing people that are negative if they're negative and showing each other the test and making sure that it's safe.
Yeah.
And so I don't think that that's an issue, but if you're not being safe about it and you're not being sanitary, then I think that's really unfair to kind of everyone that you come into, whether it's your client, your daughter, or, someone at the market or something. So I think it's really important that if you are going to venture into it, you got to be really safe about it.
True, that's so true. I mean, hygiene and kind of well-being is going to be such an important aspect for all of us
Yeah.
now. I mean, everyone's gotten so aware of it. But what about clients now? Since you said you've been in touch with clients and your guys, I mean, you've been interacting a lot with your clients, again, where retailers or, where you've been suggesting to them on your FaceTime of how they can get their color done. And, so how's
Yeah.
that been how's that been happening?
Um, so I think a lot of people that I work with have like a social media influence. So they also want to look good and they also want to abide by, not getting services done and, living like how everyone else is living. So a lot of them have been like, hey, I'm going to need help. What should I buy? Can you help me? Can you make me a kit or something? So we've been doing things, together, teaming up together and formulating something for them. And then, my assistant will drop it off or, stuff like that. And so then you'll have your kit. You'll be like, okay, your assistant just dropped it off. Like, let's do it together. So you'll FaceTime me and I have like written instructions of like how to do it and I'll walk you through it and stuff. So I think at a time like this, it's important to really stay connected with clients because nobody wants to feel gross and ugly. And I understand that your clients are pretty no matter how their hair is. And I get that. But when you're stuck at
Exactly.
home and you're looking in the mirror and you see these gray roots, nobody wants to see that. So I think it's been really important to stay in touch and kind of converse with them and make sure that they're feeling taken care of, because you
True.
can only do so
True.
much right now.
That's such a true thing. So tell me one thing, Bianca. You know what? I mean, you trained as a cosmetologist, and then you moved on to becoming a hairstylist and a world-renowned colorist. So what was that journey all about? How did that kind of transition happen?
So I started beauty school when I was 17 and then I went for 10 hours a day. In California, it's 1600 hours. So I have to learn nails, um, like manicures, pedicures, I have to learn facials, I have to learn eyebrows, makeup, cutting, coloring, all the hair. And so then we have to take our license test. So I did that. I got hired at Sally Hershberger 2 days after I graduated. I took my test, I passed. I assisted this woman named Suleika Hilton, and I assisted her for 2 years, 2.5 years, and then I went on the floor and started taking my clients at Sally Hershberger. I was at Sally Hershberger for 7 years, and then I'm now at Andrew the Comp, and I've been there, which is crazy. Somebody in another interview the other day just asked me this. I've been there for like 5 years now at Andrew the Comp, so I've been doing this for a while now. And
Yeah.
I started with Olaplex while I was at Sally Hershberger. They came, well, not they, Dean, the owner who had created it at the
Yeah.
time, he came to the salon and introduced us. He's like, here, try this out. Let me know what you think. And he's a scientist. He doesn't do hair. So we tried it out. It was so many trial and error. We're like, how does this stuff work? What are we doing? This is crazy. And then slowly but surely we came up with all of the directions and stuff. And so now I'm an ambassador with them. I work a lot with Framar, with the paintbrushes. I work a
Yeah.
lot with, I'm part of the Redken R team, and I work a lot with Nutrafol and stuff. And so I've been kind of just, I got the ball rolling kind of when I was younger, and I've been on this like quick pace career, I guess. And I got really lucky with starting out at Sally's and who I assisted for. She's an amazing colorist. And now I have two assistants. Rachel's been with me for 4 years, almost 5. And then Madison's been with me almost 3 years.
Yeah. I think we met them when we came to
Yeah,
LA.
I know. They were
Yeah.
so excited when I told them that I was going to be doing it with you. They're like, tell them how.
Yeah, yeah. I remember. So tell me one thing. So, but now you are recognized as a world-renowned colorist. So how did you kind of really specialize in this segment? You know what I mean? What's uh,
So
the crux
I'm
of it?
pretty well known for my balayage.
Yeah,
The way that I paint is quite different than I think how a lot of people do balayage, and the way that I formulate and stuff. And as you know, you've taken
yeah,
my class, you are a master, you know it all. And so, I think that the way I've done it, I've really perfected it, and I've really gotten well known for that kind of stuff. And so, above and beyond my technique, I think that when I was younger and I was just I had graduated assisting and I was being promoted, and I needed to get clients, and I didn't really know exactly how do you get clients, right? So
yeah,
I had reached out to a girl who's like one of my best friends from Hawaii. Her name is Gypsy1 on Instagram. I can like tag her in here. And Rocky Barnes, if you guys know who Rocky Barnes is, and this other singer, Kaylin Russo. And so I had reached out to them, and I kind of just told them like, hey, you know, I want to make you blonder, you know, this and that. And so they were like, okay, you know, this is before direct message. They had their email in their bio. And so I sent them an email and we spoke about it. And then surely they all booked in. And so Rocky Barnes in particular, I made her like pretty blonde compared to what she was. I saw her in a Justin Bieber music video, and she's
Wow.
Asian. She has her long black hair. And so I was like, that girl's so cute. I researched, I found who she was, I found her Instagram, and then I had emailed her and I contacted her. I said, I want to make you blonde. So she ended up booking in. I killed it. It looked amazing, and as you guys know her today, so she was even
Yeah.
blonde then, and she went and got new digitals with her modeling agency, and then her agent was like, who did your hair? We'd love it. We need her to do everybody. So then that's kind of how I got started, you know, and then this model leaves this modeling agency and goes to another one, and that agent really likes her hair, and they want me to do all those models, and then so on and so forth. So so I got really lucky with that, and that's kind of how I got started working a lot with like models, and so now I have a lot of word of mouth clients,
Yeah.
and I did my first movie star the other day. Her name is Lauren Lapkus. She has a Netflix movie that's out right now called, I think it's called The Wrong Missy. And so I've
Wow.
just kind of been getting a lot of attention just through kind of word of mouth and through my Instagram. So I've been really lucky.
Yeah, but that's one thing which you kind of really balanced out well is your social media and your work, you know, and that's a huge challenge for a lot of hairdressers and a lot of colorists. How do you manage that? I mean, do you have a separate team completely?
Oh
I
my
mean,
God, it's so
I'm always
hard.
amazed with the kind of work you have, and congratulations on your new Hollywood star. But how do you kind of juggle both these together, man?
So, I mean, we all know that social media is a whole job, right? Job in itself. And it's fucking hard. It's crazy, you know? And so, you know, it's a lot of time and you have to really give it a lot of time. And even I don't even give it enough time, you know? There's always time for more time on social media. And so I'm so lucky. I have two assistants and they do help me out a lot. It's been hard during this quarantine to really keep coming up with fresh content and stuff. So
Yeah.
I've had some like never before videos that I hadn't posted and stuff like that. So I was trying to get creative and stuff, but you know, I always have my assistants helping me. And when you're in the salon and you're busy and you're actually doing hair, like there's no way you can film, you know? So sometimes I'll give my client the phone and I'll be like, take a selfie with me doing your hair or something, you know, and we'll get a cute little video or something. But mostly I have my assistants really, really helping me daily with my social media, and you know, they help keep me young and fresh, and you know, I'll edit things and I'll look at them and I'll make sure it's exactly how I want it, and I'll tell them like, hey, you know, I really want to, let's find some content for some balayage or bleach and tone or whatever. So it's really hard, but you have to really be dedicated and give it time because it's hard to grow a following, and especially now that all the algorithms are different and your work isn't even
True.
showing. You know, I have like almost 100,000 followers, and my work doesn't even get shown to like 5,000 of my following sometimes. So it's really hard because the algorithm's always changing.
Always changing, yeah. Because the other part of it is that you're attending to more than 10 to 15 clients. You've been kind of the whole day you're busy, and then you've got the
Yeah.
social media which you're kind of balancing out, And wow, that's pretty crazy. So, what does being a colorist mean to you? A lot of people
So
threw this question to me. They're like, Sir, please ask her this. What does being a colorist mean to Bianca?
being a colorist. So I definitely think that we're artists, you know. I think being a colorist, you are an artist. I think that our industry is a very intimate um, thing, you know. It's a very intimate type of relationship that you're creating with these people. You're hands on, you're touching them, you're trying to make them feel good, you're trying to make them look good, you're trying to make them, um, you know, you're altering something and you're trying to adjust something to make them feel better. So
True.
it is very difficult at times. I think at times we take on the role of like a therapist. We hear stories that nobody else hears, not even their friends sometimes. Sometimes
Exactly.
we don't want to hear. You know, we also, being a colorist, you're also a businessman or a businesswoman. You have to really, like we said, you have to take control. You have to be able to discuss money. You have to be able to navigate your career into whatever channel it is that you want it to be. So whether you just want to be in salon, that's fine. Whether you just want to do editorials and movie stars and models, that's a different segment. Whether you want to do, you know, families and you want to do kids hair or stuff like that. So you really have to be able to decide and navigate which kind of direction you're wanting to go in. And I think above and beyond all of that, we are on our feet all day. We're standing on our
True,
feet.
true,
We
true,
have a
true.
very physically challenging job, and I think a lot
Exactly.
of people misconstrue the idea of a of a hair person, a hairstylist, a hairdresser, a hair cutter, a colorist. They think that we're like sitting in the back, like drinking coffee, flipping through magazines all day. But I'm like, I didn't sit once today. So, you know, I think we take
True.
on all these roles. And also, anybody who does care about, you know, any job that you're doing, but especially something where you're physically seeing a change right away. I'm super
True.
critical of my work. So I get I guess sensitive. Like I am sensitive and I want you to be happy, but more than I want it to be exactly how you want it. So I take it very personal, and you know, we're educators. We have to also stay on top of what's new, and we're trendsetters. So I think our job is a very creative field with
Yeah.
also like so many sides of business to it that it's hard, you know, to really focus on everything and stay on top of it all. I think it's hard to, you know, progress in our industry when also it's such an oversaturated industry. It's hard to
Oh,
stay on
yeah.
top. Yeah.
True. No, but you've managed to kind of strike a really good balance. We've got Natasha online. Hi, Natasha. Natasha had
Hi.
come in. She had come into LA along with us, and she's a huge fan of yours. And
Oh,
she's one of
I know.
the best colorists in our country right now. You know, and she loves playing around with color and
Amazing.
experimenting with color. And I think ever since she came back from LA, I think her social media kind of, after watching you, So hi, Nuts, and it's good to. So tell me one thing, Bianca. Over the years, I mean, who have been your mentors? People who've kind of mentored you to what you are today. You know what I'm saying? I mean, from the beginning to now, and people who kind of inspire you. So, who are these people? Kind of keep Bianca on her toes.
So I've been really fortunate. I've been blessed with like amazing people, you know, surrounding me in my field. And so, one person that I always have to thank is, her name is Sarah Lim. She started Olaplex years ago with Jordan and Tracy, and you know, all of them helped me get, especially Slim, helped me get involved with Olaplex, and that's kind of what jump started my career with the Middle East. I launched it in Dubai. I taught a class in Dubai through Olaplex with Jordan. I um, I can tag them also later in this
Yeah.
thing. And then Tracy Cunningham, she's had me come and like shadow her for a day and kind of learn a little bit how to, you know, just how she runs her business and how she, you know, does hair. And I've been really fortunate to work with this girl, Desiree. She's an amazing hairstylist. She cuts a lot of the models that I work with and a lot of my clients. And she's been, yeah, we've just been tag teaming a lot of clients, and it's been a great help. Um, I am really good friends with this guy named Sal, and he's been a great inspiration to see him grow. He's an amazing stylist. He has a salon out here in downtown LA. Um, and also the salon that I'm at now, currently, I am like super grateful. Andy the comp himself is so sweet. He's been so nice. He's gotten me amazing clients that I've been doing for years now. Leanne Citron, she also owns the salon. She's amazing. She's so sweet. She and I share a ton of clients, and I'm just really happy with where I'm at the salon, and I'm super thankful because I came from a salon that was a lot more, it was different than what I'm used to here at this salon. And I'm super happy at the salon I'm here. I'm very content. I think this girl, her name is Nina Boo on Instagram. I think she's an amazing colorist. I think her work is great. I don't personally know her, but I do
Okay.
think his great work.
Wow.
And so too, and I have to say, I'm so thankful for my assistants. They help my day. As you guys have seen, I'm very particular. I want it my way right now, and I
True.
know that. And they've been great. They've been helping me all along through all of this. So I hope that they're getting everything they want out of me too.
Super. But tell me one thing. So it's like, you've been part of these salons, but haven't you ever kind of thought of having your own salon, or you're running your own team, or is it too much of a responsibility right now?
So a lot of people ask me that, and at the moment, no, I don't want a salon right now to myself. I don't want to open a salon. I think that if I'm going to do that, I think I need a little more, few more years under my belt in order to create something that I would want. Um, but I'm, like I said, I'm super, super happy. I get treated well. I get paid well. I get the hours and the days I want. I get my assistants. I have a good spot in the color room. They're so sweet. Like, I don't have any problems with anyone in the salon. Everyone is super cool that I work with. I don't know. I'm really content with where I'm at right now. But as far as like what's the next step, I don't know. I don't know if opening a salon is the next step or the right move, especially after this whole quarantine thing. I don't know if that's the right move now anyway, but
Yeah.
a lot of people are like, well, what are you trying to do next? What's like, how are you navigating into the next part of your career? I don't know. I started teaching classes, which I didn't think I was going to like. I was like very opposed to it at first. And I don't know, as you've seen, my classes are fun.
You're superb.
I
You're
enjoy
superb.
doing it. Yeah. So for now, I'm kind of, I'm still doing that, which I've been just kind of having fun with. And I'm really enjoying, I travel to the Middle East all the time, and I kind of get to travel all over and teach. I did last summer, actually about this time last year. I was in the Middle East, and then I was working in the Middle East, and then I went to Italy for a month for Olaplex,
Yeah.
um, and I taught 4 hands-on classes. I did some in Milan. I did some in like Salerno, like Naples area, and so I don't know. I've been kind of having fun with that. So right now I'm just kind of doing what feels good, what's fun, and what kind of comes my way.
Wow. So Natasha put in a question. She says, like, you know what? How would you want an opportunity of taking an already set up salon in Mumbai? She's she's willing to give her salon to you.
I mean, this sounds pretty amazing. Don't tempt me because I'm going to come and take it. I would love to come and work out there. I think I spoke to Ankit, when was it, last year, the year before,
Yeah.
about coming and possibly doing a class, possibly seeing clients. I would love
Yeah.
to. I think it would be amazing. It would be so fun. Jordan and I, you guys know Jordan also,
Yeah.
right?
Very, very,
Jordan
yeah,
and
very.
I have spoken about going out there, either, this year or the next or something, but all our travel plans got kind of ruined with all of what has just happened. So I'm still open to the idea.
Oh yeah, yeah, no, because I remember Ankit was discuss we were talking, and Ankit was like, Sav, we've got to get Bianca down to do some trainings, and to kind of spend
I
some
know,
time in
I would
India.
love it.
Yeah, yeah. So I think, yeah, now we got to push him. Of course, it's going to take us some time for this part of it. And for me, I've always wanted to work with you because uh, like my Olaplex journey started in 2015,
Uh-huh.
and at that point, I was supposed to kind of come to America and meet Tracy. I was supposed to shadow Tracy for some time, and then I was supposed to go and be with Guy Tang for a bit, because he was kind of ruling this whole Olaplex thing at that point. But due to some personal engagements of mine, I couldn't kind of come down to America, and I had to kind of give it a break for a year, and I just kind of
Yeah.
lost out on that. And then I kept hearing your name, and I said like I have to come and meet her, and then when
I'm
we were
so lucky.
when we were finally coming into America, and Ankit's like, you're at last, you're going to get, your dream's going to come true. You're going to meet Bianca in person. She's going to be doing a class for us. It was amazing, yeah, because to do the Olaplex trainings in the Middle East, and they said, what, we've already got someone from America, Bianca, and you might have to kind of go and work along with her, because India's closer to the Middle East, right? To Dubai and all these countries. And of course, I mean, for whatever reason, it never happened, but it's fine. I at least got to meet you. So tell me
Yeah.
one thing. how and when and what is the Olaplex journey? Let's get to Olaplex, like just Olaplex. So how did that happen? When did that happen? You know, a lot of people always want to know this part of the Olaplex
Yeah,
journey for Bianca. Yeah.
definitely. So I started with Olaplex years ago, before it had packaging, before it was even for sale, before it was really a thing. At the time, Dean, he's a scientist, and it was created by Eric Presley and Chris Hawker, and they created this Olaplex, and they had gone to a few of the very, very high-end salons in the area with really good artists, and they were like, here, it was this like brown bottle, and it was gross, and there was like tape on it, and it was ugly, and I was like, what the hell is this? Um, and so they're like, here, we want you to try this out. This is how you use it, period. And so, they know how it worked and how to use it, but they don't do hair, so they didn't really know how to use it. So then I'm texting Slim and Jordan, and I'm like, what the hell? This is not working. Like, what am I supposed to do? Because they were having us put like an ounce of it in the cut. It was all wrong, And so slowly but surely, Slim would text me and say, try bumping up the developer, try putting less Olaplex, whatever. So we would text back and forth. So all the instructions have come through basically trial and error of what we were trying out. And
Right.
so that's how it came to be. And then we started, there was no number 3 yet, but our clients were like, oh my God, my hair is like so amazing. Like, I need to buy some of that stuff. I need to take it home. And we're like, we need it in the salon, girl. Like, you can't take this home.
True.
So slowly
Yeah.
but surely, then they came out with the 1, 2, and 3, and then
3.
there was packaging and directions and everything. Then I started posting and tagging it, and so Olaplex and the salon owner and Tracy and a bunch of people started noticing my work, and they're like, oh my God, she does all these beautiful models. Her work looks amazing. Her technique, all this kind of stuff. So Dean had gotten in touch with me, and he was like, I really want to work more with you. So I said, of course. We had an app. We still have it, but
Yeah. Yeah.
it was a hot thing when it first came out, and it was
True.
basically all the instructions how to use it.
Yeah.
So I was part of the app. I was in a few videos. I did that. And then Dean had asked me if I would go to the Middle East and if I would launch it. And in Canada and the US, I did it in Chicago. And so when I was in the Middle East launching the product, that's when the salon owner had saw me on stage, came over, found my Instagram, and she was like, oh my God, we're going to move you out here. You got to work out here. And so that's kind of how I started working with Olaplex. And then that's how it also opened up all these other doors for me, because Olaplex is such an amazing product that everybody really wanted to be in on it. And I got so fortunate and so lucky that I got to work with them, that it has brought me a bunch of other like avenues in my career that I've been able to create. So it's been pretty amazing. And not only, so that's like my business side of it, but also like I've had amazing moments with Olaplex where I totally saved people's hair, whether it was from, somebody else who had melted their hair, somebody did it themselves at home, and they're like, now I need help. And I'm like, well, it's not magic, but it'll help. So it's been really amazing because I've been able
Yeah.
to really push my career in all aspects to the limit.
Wow, wow, that's superb. I feel, you know what, I'm feeling so bad now that I missed out that opportunity back in 2015 to kind of travel and kind of train across the globe. I mean, that was anyway someday. But tell me one thing, Bianca. So how do you mix and match your Olaplex products? So how do you use it? What are your favorites? What's the whole cocktailing uh,
So,
menu that you've kind of created for Olaplex?
I mean, so for me, each client has a unique customized formula, right? So whether I use 40 volume on you, 20 volume, 9 volume, whatever, um, everyone's different, but I do use Olaplex on everybody. I put it in everybody's bleach, and I use the tiniest drop. We squeeze literally one little droplet, like if you were getting a dropper and putting it on your tongue, like one little drop. So we put that in the bleach, and we stir it up, and we use it, and that's who we are. Um, And I do it as on everybody also. After we wash out either the base or the bleach or whatever it is, we'll shampoo the color, towel dry, and then I do Olaplex and water. So I'll get a little color bowl, I fill it up with water, and I'll squeeze it up with however much Olaplex I want. Number one, the stronger, the more Olaplex you put, the stronger the formula will be. And so I put that all over because even though I have it in the, say, the bleach, right? If I'm highlighting here and here, it's going to get on those pieces, but so is bleach. But also, how about all the other pieces that get flat ironed and curled and those bonds are breaking? So I put the Olaplex in water because it goes everywhere. So I do that, and then, you know, and then we'll tone, and then we wash. And I always, 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 always do Olaplex number 2. Sometimes if they have like a little bit more fragile hair, I won't let them get a blow dry. We do Olaplex number 2. I say leave with Olaplex number 2, sleep with it overnight, wash your hair tomorrow, or we'll put some braids in their hair, you know. So I think Olaplex is amazing. And also, if you're in a rush or if the client's in a rush and you don't have a lot of time, definitely do Olaplex number 2. Give them 2 French braids, let them go. They're good to go for a day, you know.
Wow. And then what about your number 3, number 4, number 5, number 6? 6 is kind of rocking it right now, you know. So
oh my God, what's amazing.
Yeah. So how do you kind of play around with these products right now?
So I use the 1, 2, and the 1 and 2, you know, with all my color services. The number 3, I make every client take home. You know, I think selling it, the price point depends varying on, you know, your country, on your region, like kind of your area. So I sell mine for a pretty expensive price, and I make all of my clients get it. I think it's very important. I tell them, anybody that has any type of lightener, bleach, anything, I tell them, if you don't finish this bottle, I'm not going to highlight you again. So don't call me, don't schedule in until you're done. But I
open threat.
Yeah, exactly. I think it's important because it does make a difference, and I can tell in a client's hair if they're using it or not. And also, too, they know if they've like run out of it and they haven't been able to schedule in, they're like, oh my God, I need it, I'm dying. I'm like, I know, it makes a difference. So I sell it to everybody. I make sure that everybody uses it. And depending on their hair, I tell them, you know, once or twice a week, depending. Like somebody like me, once a week is great. Somebody that, you know, has blonde or kind of lifted hair, a little more compromised hair, obviously, the more often they use it, the better. And I like it. And I tell my clients that you cannot overuse it. So it's pretty amazing because there's no real wrong way to use it. So everything you're doing with it is all right.
Is all right.
So the 4 and 5, I think is amazing. I think it's really great for all hair types. It's nourishing. It's not too heavy. I really like that conditioner because it's heavy enough for somebody with kind of coarse hair like me if I let it sit in for a few minutes, but it's also light enough for somebody with really fine, like, you know, Scandinavian Dutch hair. It's not going to weigh it down. So I don't know. It's like magic because for some reason it can work for me and it still works for somebody like that. That's crazy, you know?
Exactly.
And I noticed that a lot of men love the number 4 shampoo because it gets so bubbly. They love it out here. It's so funny. And also I like the smell too. The smells, it's just fresh. I think there's like a hint of citrus, they told me.
Citrus.
Yeah. I like it. I think it's great. It's not too overwhelming, you know?
Yeah.
And the number 6 and number 7. So these are our newest products out here. These are what came out last for us. I'm pretty obsessed right now. I know a lot of people are loving doing the number 7 oil mixed with the number 6. So you just use the tiniest little bit of number 6, right? And it gets the job done. So I think it's amazing. Mixing a little bit, and kind of like working away from tips up and then kind of fluffing it up here so you don't have a lot of frizz. I know my clients have been loving it. The number 6 is so, I don't even know the right word. It's just like smoothing, you know? It's so like fluid.
It just kind of, exactly. Yeah. Fluid is a nice kind of word to use actually.
Exactly. Yeah. It's very fluid. It flows. And it's not sticky. It's not, you know, pin straight. It can hold, it can mold. I don't know. It's pretty awesome. And a lot of guys also with shorter hair, kind of like you, I've noticed a lot of them kind of, if you use like a pomade or a mousse or something, they'll mix a
Yeah.
little bit of it with that, and it gets
Yeah.
away any frizz. Um, and the number 7 I like a lot too, the oil, because you guys are in a very sunny atmosphere, and we get lots of sun out here too. And so for
Yeah.
us, it has the it has like the UV thermal protectant, so it's pretty amazing that it's not going to fade your, it's like anti color fade. So all those brunettes who are so worried about going red in the sun, it's going to help protect that. So it's pretty awesome.
No, no,
How
yeah,
about you?
because
Have you been using the number 6 and the number 7
yeah,
together?
yeah, we've been
Yeah,
using it together. Yeah,
it's
so
awesome.
it's awesome, because I think right now the number seven suddenly become a hot favorite for everyone. It's
Yes.
just kind of it's just become a hot favorite. And Ankit, I mean, and Streamline Services, those guys, have been kind of working really hard, and hard to kind of promote Olaplex in India, and they're doing such a great job. So Ankit, if you're listening, you know what, you're doing a superb job, brother. With Olaplex in India. But yeah, so coming down to on a personal note, so what have been your highlights in your career so far? You know?
Highlights in my career so far. So I think it's like hard to pinpoint like one or two or three things. I've been super fortunate, like I said. I've kind of been in the right place at the right time. And I also, I work my ass off, but also I've been very lucky. A lot of things have come to me. So like Olaplex had kind of come to me, wanted to work with me. Redkin came to me, wanted to make me part of their social media team. Framar, I work a lot with them. I actually met them when I was with Olaplex in Canada launching.
Wow.
So all these kinds of things have been things that I feel are highlights because I'm so lucky to be a part of all of these things. Um, I also think, like I kind of explained to you previously, when I had done these models' hair and they had gone to their agents and their agents were like, yo, we need you to do everyone's hair. That's like amazing. That really
Wow.
helped my
Wow.
career
Wow.
because, they make my work look good and I get these editorials and I get these, these videos and all these things that a client who maybe doesn't have that profession won't be able to provide for you. So I've been really fortunate with that. And yeah, I don't know. I don't know if there's like one necessarily, like one thing that I'm like, yo, this is like the highlight of my career. I don't know about that, but I think a really cool part of my career, and not many people in the world can say this in any industry, let alone in the hair industry. I'm super lucky and fortunate, and I love the fact that I get to do my job and I get to travel. Like, I get paid to
True.
travel.
True.
Like, what the hell?
Yeah.
This is crazy. My mom tells me I'm a rock star.
No, but that's the best part of if you're kind of really passionate about what you do, and if you get a chance to travel, to share your knowledge and to do work elsewhere, nothing like it. Yeah, I just love
Yeah,
traveling because of work. I mean, if work can kind of take you across the globe, why not? You know.
yeah.
But any favorite haircuts that you have? So do you cut hair as well, or you're just a colorist, or do you have any kind of?
So at my salon and at many of the high-end salons in my area, I'm like Beverly Hills, West Hollywood. You have to choose either or. So you either are styling and cutting or you're coloring and you're coloring. So I color hair. I don't cut hair and I don't blow dry hair. I don't really style hair ever. Um, so I mean, I love long hair. I don't know. I love long hair. And then I see like a girl, a super cute girl with like short hair. And then I'm like, damn, she's cool. But I don't know. I don't have one haircut that I really, really love. But I must say, in the States right now, mullets are kind of making a comeback on girls
Come back.
and on guys. And it's like a
Wow.
new modern type of like mullet, but still, short on the top, party in the back. Um, and I've been seeing some cool ones and I'm kind of into it. And I think it does take obviously a very special, specific person to be able to pull it off because I
Yeah.
would look like a crazy lady. But I'm super into that right now. And I also, I love long hair. I love long, like textured, like invisible layers, not these like chunky step layers. I
Chunky.
don't know.
Okay.
Kind of, yeah. How do you feel about that? The new streaks in front that are coming back.
Yeah, I quite like it because it's more like selfie highlights actually. You know what I'm saying? It's just personalized just for the camera basically.
This is
So
true. That's a good
yeah,
way to call it. Selfie
yeah.
highlight.
But you know what, Bianca, coming to the mullet which you were speaking about right now, that's going to be a huge game changer. You know, I've been looking at a lot of stuff that's been coming, and honestly, I've been kind of doing a lot of reference work even of the 80s right now. You know, to kind of going
Mm-hmm.
back and trying to take a look at what's been happening. But you know, the only thing that's going to add a twist to it is having a great colorist like you. You know, colorists who can kind of now create a certain dimension for the mullet, for the new age mullet. You know what I'm saying? So it's going to be challenging, but it's going to be very, very interesting. What's your take on that?
I agree. I think it'll be fun. I have quite a few and I only reference males because they tend to have shorter hair. I have quite a few male clients that I do highlight, and I think it gives so much like movement and body and like fluidity in the haircut. It gives it a lot more punch, you know? So I
True.
feel like it looks cooler. So I think on any haircut, whether it's long or short, if you can highlight, if you have a great haircut, you can highlight well on it and it'll really accentuate all the movement in it. So for something like a mullet, I think it's going to be really fun to start being able to highlight and give some more color movement on that. I think it'll be really fun.
Yeah, because it's going to be more reversed, right? Now, a lot of the direction is
Exactly.
going to kind of change. So it's going to be pretty interesting. Wow. So I'm going to be following you to kind of see what you're going to be doing with the mullets now. I'm going to see your mullet
Yeah.
colors. Yeah. So tell me one thing. What's your advice? You know, there are a lot of colorists, you know, young colorists who are watching you right now. You know, and what's your advice to them? You know, what kind of advice would, and what are the things avoid to kind of fall into trouble when they're coloring hair?
Um, so my advice for anybody new or anybody who's young or new in the industry, somebody fresh, I say definitely find somebody that you admire their work, their style, their work, as well as their like business work ethic. And I say go and assist them and learn everything you can from them and like soak it up. We have to go to school out here, and then you can technically go in, throw yourself into the thing and just start taking clients and stuff, which I know a lot of people do and they end up successful and they are great. But I think
True.
being able to learn from somebody, like I'm so lucky that I got to learn from the woman that I did. She's a great colorist. I think assisting's really, really hard. It's tough, but I definitely learned a ton. So I think being able to educate yourself as a new young stylist, I think that's really, really key. So anything that you're wanting to really venture into, whether it's coloring, styling, both, barbering, whatever it happens to be,
True.
definitely be educated. And just because you go to school, there's so much more education to be learned. And I'm still learning every day. So.
Love that. I love that. I love that. Tell me one thing. Who is there any hairdresser or a colorist who you totally admire?
Yeah, I admire different people for different things for sure. I think, a couple of the obvious people are, Tracy Cunningham, Guy Tang. I think they have amazing work ethic. I think that they have amazing coloring skills, hair skills.
Skills.
I think that they are good people. I think that they are successful. Um, so I think that they're two like top people that I could look up to and I could say like, wow, those are some things that I would like to do. And I have been, they have been people that I have been looking up to and that I've been, I saw that Tracy was traveling. I saw that Guy Tang was traveling. He started doing super social media, all these like videos of how to
Yeah.
highlight all this kind of stuff. So yeah, I definitely admire things that they've done. And then as a colorist alone, I think that this girl on Instagram, her name is Nina Boo. I think she's amazing. She's a really, really skilled colorist. So I get a lot of inspo from looking at her work. And yeah.
Wow. That's so cool. And where does Bianca go for her inspiration? Where does she get her inspiration from?
Um, I wonder, right? Um, who inspires you? Like, who are some people that you look up to?
There are some hairdressers who I kind of follow and I see their work. There are, I mean, different people actually. So it's not really anyone particular from my profession, but just different people who kind of,
Yeah.
dead and alive actually. So I kind of sit and either follow their inspiration or their quotes or their stories or reading biographies and kind of getting inspired from all that part of it. Yeah. So those are my inspirations right now.
Good,
Especially in the
good.
lockdown. What
Yes.
about yours?
During lockdown, I've been during lockdown, I've been not so much chasing after one person, but I've been looking at like more companies and brands opposed to individual artists. So that's been interesting because normally I'm not like super hunting down a brand or something. I would, I'd be like, oh my God, he's amazing. I'm going to look at all his stuff. I'm going to look through it, see what I can learn, all that kind of stuff. But I've been looking at a lot of brands, especially because they've been doing so many lives with so many artists and
True.
so many people that I didn't know about before. So I've been also kind of exposed through that to new people, which has been cool. Yeah.
Wow. So that's cool. And tell me one thing, Bianca. Now,
Mm.
post this lockdown, once the lockdown opens up, and the world opens up to a new world, what are the
Yeah.
things that you are going to be doing differently? What do you see yourself doing differently?
So I I have house call clients that I've been doing already, but I am assuming that there's going to be more people wanting house calls. Um, Obviously, all the salon stuff is going to be different that I already stated, and I don't really have an option. That's just how it's going to be, which is okay. But as far as like my lifestyle, like my personal life, I mean, since we've been in quarantine, I've been doing the hand sanitizer and washing the hands more and and the face masks and stuff like that. So I'm gonna continue doing that as long as, until it feels a little more safe to not do that kind of stuff. But as far as like work, doing things differently, other than the physical things like mask and stuff, I'm I'm pretty OCD and I'm pretty clean. So we always kind of me and my assistants, we always kind of keep things clean and sanitized and make sure that we're, US like,
Yeah, yeah,
board
I've seen
approved.
that. We've seen that about you.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, I don't know if there's going to be so much of a difference in terms of stuff like that. But as far as like life goes, I don't know. It's going to be weird to see because I don't know if we're going to be able to have as many days as we normally do in the salon. So then maybe I have more free time. Maybe I start doing more yoga. Maybe, I don't know. Maybe I start cooking. I don't know. Stuff like that. So it's going to be interesting to see, but I am just anticipating more house calls than ever before
Wow.
and possibly less time in the actual salon. So if that's the case, then I would like to start doing yoga more. Other than that, I just don't really know what else I would be doing different at this point.
Cool. Fair enough, actually, because I mean, there's so much of uncertainty. So,
Yeah.
let's kind of just leave it to it. So, I'm going to ask you a few quick questions. We got, I think, about 5 or 6 minutes left. So, let's get up close and yeah. So, tell me one thing. So what's something that could impress you about someone, or something that could piss you off about someone?
Something that
Mm,
could impress me is somebody's like drive and motivation, seeing somebody's ambition and like willingness to, I don't know, whether it's like adapt, learn, or create or whatever it happens to be, that to me is really inspiring to see, and I like that. So if I notice that somebody is like a hustler, I don't know, I think that's an attractive quality in anybody because it shows that you're willing to work for what you want
true,
and you're gonna
true.
like instigate your life to go there. Something that I can't stand is when someone is lazy in their job. If you're gonna be lazy, just don't do it. So to me, yes, I feel like ambition and drive is such a big, a big go-to and a big no. If you don't have it, then I can't deal with you. And if you have it, then we can probably make something work and we can create something epic, you know? My
Superb.
assistants are a great example because they're, you know, they're on it, they're on top of it, they're ambitious, they learn. They, you know, if I tell them 1, 2, and 3, they'll figure out 4 and 5 and 6 already. So, ambition, I think, is a big yes and no for me.
No, that's cool. Three things no one knows about Bianca.
Ah, what do you want to know? I don't know. 3 things nobody knows about me. I'm a Scorpio, my zodiac sign. My birthday's November 18th.
Wow.
I don't know. What do you want to know about me? Ask me a couple questions.
What's your favorite holiday destination?
My favorite holiday destination. That I've been to already. I really, really, really love this place in Mexico. It's called Holbox. Tulum is really nice too. But I really, really, really love my favorite ever, and I got to go there because of Olaplex last summer. I really, really love Italy. I went to the coast, Positano, Priano,
Oh yeah. Oh wow.
and also I love Asia. I love like Thailand, Bali, Malaysia. I think it's awesome. Like I love Asia. I haven't been to India yet though, but I want to go.
Soon, soon. So we got it. And what would you choose? Food or sleep?
Ooh, can I eat in bed? That's a hard one. I don't know. I think it depends on the time of day. In the
Okay.
morning, sleep all day. In the morning, at night, let's eat.
And what's your favorite music?
My favorite music. I don't really have a favorite. One of my favorite bands is Chromatics.
Okay.
But I don't really have. I don't have like a favorite genre or a favorite artist in particular. It depends on the mood, right? Am I happy? Am I
Yeah.
sad? Am I mad?
Oh. Oh. So anyway, so Bianca, you know what? On behalf of Pro Beauty and Vikas and Ankit, you know, I'd like to thank you so much for being here today.
Thanks for
You know,
having me.
and before we kind of sign out, is there anything you want to kind of say to the audience right now, which you could kind of pass on a message? You know, to
I
so
just want to say to you, thank you for having me in Pro Beauty. Thank you guys. I really want to come and visit. So if any of you guys are watching, request, make it happen. And if any of you guys have any questions about me, you can totally send me a direct message. I'm pretty quick at replying. Send me an email. And if any of you guys are ever in LA, hit me up so we can maybe sort something out.
superb, superb. And we look forward to seeing you in India soon. Yeah. So I'm
Yes.
going to ensure that I'm going to be after Ankit now to kind of, and to be after him to make sure that we get Bianca down. Natasha's
Yeah.
also kind of hope to see you soon over here. So thank you so much and go back to sleep. I know it's early in the morning for you right now.
Yeah.
So I'm going to say good night to you, good morning and good night. And thank you so
Yeah.
much, Bianca.
Thank
It was a
you.
pleasure.
Bye.
Bye.